Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Matt Rose. What's up, Matt?
May the force be with you. New trailer tomorrow for Rise of Skywalker.
What's up, Phillip Archer?
Good morning, sir, and everyone else.
Going on, guys?
So the trailer is Monday, right?
Trailer
Yes.
is Monday.
It's not Sunday. Tomorrow's Sunday. All right. Well, it's Sunday for you guys now, but all right. So it's still
Sunday for us too.
right. So we're getting the trailer on Sunday. Or we're getting it Monday.
We're getting it on Monday during the football game.
We're getting it on Monday. Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, America fully confirmed it.
Right. So what do you think is going to happen in that?
This trailer is very important for two reasons. One, well, actually, really for the same reason. One, hopefully it will tell us what the hell the movie's actually about.
Yes.
And here's the thing, though. If it tells us what it's actually about, and there's scenes in the trailer that match up with the recent plot leak, oh boy.
I know. That scene that they showed looked like Jedi.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, why? Yeah. Okay. Get Philip.
I was going to say that I'm hoping it does match up with the plot leaks because I do like some of the plot leaks that we've heard. And
I want to be completely surprised. I don't want any of it.
My only concern is because they've said about half of the reshoots are still happening. It just wonders what is being left out of it at the minute.
Yeah, they're cutting the Leia scene out?
Apparently.
Are they?
Well,
yeah, apparently that's been chopped. And
Chris,
apparently
how could there even be a Leia scene? She died before they filmed any of that stuff.
They have leftover footage from 7 that they didn't use.
Oh, that she was training her or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Apparently that's been chopped. And the whole battle at the end with the ghosts is apparently chopped.
Well, again, a lot of this is just rumor right now, so we
Rumor.
can't say for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Let's just switch gears for a second, then we'll go right back to Star Wars. I have a question because I'm kind of confused, and I was looking at this. Now, Jay and Silent Bob, I know you're not into that, Chris, but Jay and Silent Bob, they were building this movie. They had trailers. They had whatever. It was released on a Tuesday, I guess, right? It made some money on Tuesday and on Wednesday, whatever, right? I'm looking at the box office now, and it's completely absent from the box office. Not only is it completely absent from the top 10, but the top 13. And I'm kind of confused because I'm like, is it wide release? Is it limited release? Like, what happened to the movie? Because this, again, I understand it's not a massive, massive budget movie, but it only made $1 million. And I have no idea why it's completely gone. Is it that bad that it's totally out of the box office, or is it not really fully released yet?
I don't know if it was completely released yet.
No, it was a limited event for Fathom Events. They were just doing screenings.
So when is it actually going to be released?
You have to keep an eye out because Kevin.
I've been looking everywhere, and they say it's released, but there's no way that movie's doing $1 million, then it's done. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, he had to have spent millions of dollars for this movie, no?
I guess they were doing the road show for it. So
I know that, but my thing is, like, why wouldn't this be a wide release like every other Kevin Smith movie? I mean, wouldn't they?
Maybe that was the deal with the movie. Maybe it was never meant to be a wide release.
Yeah, a limited thing.
This time because it's been
so how does it make money if they spent a lot of money for it, though? Or maybe they didn't.
May not have.
I see. So they're happy with it making $1 million?
We don't know. We got to wait and see until, you know.
Because I found that odd. I'm looking at the box office. They said it was released on the 15th, and it's gone already. And I'm like,
You won't know that until after it's basically like released for home consumption and whatnot. Like.
Okay. Well, I mean, we usually look at the box office mojo, like we'd see that, you know.
Yeah, but I think that's really more for like movies that actually get like a wide release, though. Because
so it wasn't usually, probably, right? Probably wasn't a wide
probably
release.
Not, no.
All right. What else did I want to say? All right. So what else do you have, Chris?
So there was some MonsterVerse news that came out a little bit ago. There's 3 things that came out that were all pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So they confirmed that they're making another graphic novel that takes place after Skull Island: Birth of Kong. It's going to be like a prequel to Godzilla vs. Kong. And in that, there's going to be a new Titan that Kong has to fight. It's some sort of bat-like Titan that they said is like really powerful. Like it's called Kamazots, which is some Kamazots. Like it's some sort of like Mayan, like it's a thing from the Mayan culture. It's some sort of like bat god that if it awakens, it like casts the sky in darkness or something like that. And they said that they said that Kong's gonna have some trouble fighting this one, so that sounds pretty cool. That was revealed at LA Comic-Con. There is a picture of what this thing looks like. It actually looks really cool. So I'm glad that they're adding new Titans to the universe. Somebody also asked them, they're like, what is the MonsterVerse going to continue, basically? And they were like, well, we can't say anything about the movies, but they said even if the movies don't continue, we're still going to make graphic novels for it. There's still going to be stuff for it. So like the MonsterVerse is not going to go away completely.
Okay.
Which is good. But on that news, Legendary released a press release about the MonsterVerse. And in the press release, they said that they are extremely happy with how much the MonsterVerse has grossed. They said together all of the films and everything have grossed about $1.4 billion for them. And they said a big part of that was Godzilla King of the Monsters. And they put to rest, they said it did not fail. They did not have a box office failure with Godzilla King of the Monsters.
That's what I thought, but okay.
They said it was a success. Even though it didn't hit the numbers that they were hoping, they did not lose money on it. So they are happy with it. So what does that mean? That means if Godzilla vs. Kong does well, the MonsterVerse will continue with movies.
Good.
They didn't say that in the press release, but if you read between the lines, that's basically what they were trying to say.
Now, will we get more Kong movies?
I don't know. It depends on what happens in Godzilla vs. Kong. It sounds like they would be okay with it because they said that the plan, from a very early point was to have Godzilla and Kong be the front runners for the universe and for them to eventually meet and fight, which is obviously what we're getting, of course. Yeah. So the last thing was Alexander Skarsgård did an interview and he talked about his character in Godzilla vs. Kong. And what he said was kind of surprising. He said that he's playing a geologist who works for Monarch on Skull Island, and he apparently works very closely studying Kong and his effect on the island. And he said that his character is not somebody who's very happy with what he's doing. He said that he's terrified of the Titans. He's not one of these Monarch agents that wants to learn more about them. He's kind of stuck there. And he just doesn't really want to be there. So
he's not a bad guy? He's like...
Well, this is the thing. What he's saying and what we're seeing don't necessarily match up. Because in all of the set photos that he's in, he's beating the shit out of people.
Oh.
And I'm not even exaggerating. There is a set photo of him knocking a guy out. Like another Monarch agent. So either he's one of these people that gets so terrified that he just starts beating people up to get out of the way, or he's lying to us. Now, I'm still thinking he's a villain. I think that this is some sort of cover story and that he's like the leader of Apex, which is rumored to be the counter organization to Monarch in this movie. But I don't know. I'm not going to say the guy's lying because why would you lie about something like that? But who knows? So I also think that we're going to be getting a trailer for this movie very soon. I'm going to go probably in November. We're going to get our first trailer for it.
Okay.
It'd be finally something like concrete that we can look at and be like, okay. There was one other thing that I wanted to touch on with this. Even though if what Skarsgård is saying is true, it might be debunked now. So take this all with a huge grain of salt.
Okay.
But they apparently showed some footage to investors at this event. I think it was in Europe. It might have been in Russia. About the first test shots for Godzilla versus Kong. And some of the shit that they apparently showed was like, it made no sense, but like it was just like super mind-boggling. So they were like, I'm only going to touch on the main things here because it was kind of long, but there was only really a couple of things that were like, holy shit, what does that mean?
Okay.
So like, or something, which I guess we can assume is on Skull Island, even though
say that again. I lost you. Say that again.
So the footage apparently starts off with Alexander Skarsgård apparently in some sort of temple.
Okay.
Which we can assume is on Skull Island, even though they said that there was like ice in the temple, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. Then they're like, it cuts to a scene of Ghidorah chained to a building.
Wait a minute.
And I was like, wait, Ghidorah?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
But
like Ghidorah.
That doesn't make any sense.
So we were like, wait, what? Ghidorah? Who chained him to a building?
Wait, but okay, hold on. He died.
He died, yeah.
He was in pieces.
He was dead. He was obliterated.
Right, they had the head of him, right?
They had the head of Ghidorah, yes.
So who was this?
Well, Michael Dougherty apparently said a little while ago that the payoff for Ghidorah's head being in the end of King of the Monsters is going to be paid off in Godzilla vs. Kong.
Because they're going to regrow him.
If this footage is real, then somebody regrew him and they chained him to a building.
But how could he be chained? Like he's Ghidorah.
That's the question, right? So then it cuts to, like, there's like, they show Mark Russell, his character there. They show Millie Bobby Brown's character, Madison Russell. They're both there. They said something's happening that's terrifying them. Then it cuts to Kong, who rises out of like a coast, like water on the coast, and he's on the opposite end of an aircraft carrier that's sinking. And they said you see like people jumping off the aircraft carrier and stuff. Kong is huge. He's much bigger than he was in Kong Skull Island.
Okay.
He's got like a beard.
What?
Like he's got like a beard apparently. Not like a Santa Claus beard or something like that, but he's got like facial hair basically.
He's older. Is that like they're trying to make it like he's older?
Right. Yeah. And he's pissed. They said that he's like really, really angry.
Okay.
As this aircraft carrier is sinking, he looks down the aircraft carrier, and on the other side of the aircraft carrier is Godzilla. And he looks, and they said he's staring right at Kong. And there's a scene where they're like this. They're again, picture. They're on two opposite sides of this.
They're just looking at each other.
Right. Kong flips out, charges right at Godzilla. They said he balls up his fist. He leans back, and they said he delivers a huge right hand to Godzilla's face.
Oh, man.
And they said that, and it doesn't even budge Godzilla.
Nice!
He looks back at Kong,
he's like,
and they said he slams him, and they said Kong goes flying across the scene.
Does he slam him with his fists, or does he slam him with the tail?
They didn't say what. They just said he hits. They said, if I remember it correctly, they said Godzilla is unfazed. He retaliates, and Kong goes flying.
Get out my house, basically.
And that's basically how it ends.
I'm in.
So if that's real, I have one question. Who the fuck chained Ghidorah to a building?
Right. Because I want to invest in that company, Master Lock, so that way I could buy that type of chains. Because if it could hold Ghidorah, I want to buy that. And I want to invest in that company. Yes.
So, again, if that's real, I personally, it sounds a little too good to be true.
Right.
And I'm not buying the Ghidorah
I don't
thing.
know if I believe that. But where is Mechagodzilla?
Didn't hear anything about a third monster in this movie.
Wow. Is he in it?
I'm not saying that there's not something. I'm just saying that they haven't said it.
Right. Okay.
So there are definitely other Titans in the movie, though. Adam Wingard, said that basically the movie is a huge monster like battle royale. So it's more than just Godzilla and Kong, obviously.
Right.
So,
So
I need something soon. I need to see a trailer for this because if I see Ghidorah chained to a building, I mean, they already had my money. But like,
that I know I don't know how that's gonna be. But let me ask you a question now, and I know it's probably too early to say. Is there an after credit scene established at the end of Godzilla Kong for a potential next movie?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was one.
There probably is, right? And if
it
is, what could it possibly be?
I think it depends on if there's an enemy monster in this movie. I think it depends on that because.
So like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they got the rights to Gamera. Would that appear at the end of the movie?
No, they did. Gamera is owned by a completely separate company.
I know that, but I'm just saying. Okay, so I mean, we could have like anybody show up in the next movie, like Gigan or whatever.
I honestly think that if they have an after credit scene in the movie, it's going to be either something that wraps up something that happens in the movie, like, you know, maybe they show Kong going back to Skull Island or something, and maybe they tease another Kong movie or something.
But they got to show a threat for Godzilla.
If they wanted to go nuts and they were going to be like, yeah, we're doing another Godzilla movie, I would say maybe tease something like Mechagodzilla or Destroya. Preferably for me, it would be Destroya. Or if the end game, no pun intended, for all of this is some other huge movie, maybe we get a tease of what I would hope to be
Destroy All Monsters or something.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it'll be too soon for that because I don't think that the intention is that the next Godzilla movie is the final one. I think it's like a universe mapped out 3 more movies type of thing, but building up to the next thing because you had Godzilla King of the Monsters, you had Godzilla vs. Kong. Then it would be like Godzilla this, Destroy All Monsters. I mean, that's what I'm assuming that it would be. But I would also say yes, that there should be, because the box office wise it did phenomenal, there should be another Kong movie. But don't give us like Mecha Kong like you did that old shit. Like
no, I don't think they would.
Please don't do that. And I mean, don't make it like he's going to the Empire State Building shit either.
I mean, this Kong would probably survive a fall from the Empire State Building.
Probably.
Fighting
but then New York would probably not. Right.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
My hope, my thing, if it was me, I would end Godzilla versus Kong with, you know, I mean, obviously I would have Godzilla win. But beyond that, if they teased some sort of like the next movie is going to show a hollowed out portion of the crust and there's like just a whole shitload of monsters in there,
yeah,
I'd probably go that way. But who knows?
Okay. All right. So anything back to Star Wars that you think we're going to get on Monday?
Well,
I hope the trailer doesn't confirm these plot leaks. That's all I want.
Like wasn't there an action figure that said Rey loses an arm or some shit, or is that bullshit?
What?
There was, yes. There's apparently
there's a figure that she lost an arm.
Yeah, there's apparently a leak. There's a
so
leak.
J.J. Abrams is fucking copying again. Shit from other movies.
Well, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You know, honestly, I don't. You know, whatever. At this point, if she loses an arm, she loses an arm. But
all right.
Yeah.
Let's go in another direction. We heard that, and I think it's true, right? That Warner Brothers purchased Bad Robot.
They're definitely working together. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, like, is he doing a Superman movie? I know that.
Apparently so.
Well, that's not definite, though.
It's not definite. They haven't announced
that was coming from sites that have not been substantiated.
Yes.
So it wasn't officially announced that he's doing a Superman
movie. They're running with that story because there was the alleged script that he wrote years ago.
Correct.
For a Superman movie, and
but that doesn't mean he's doing it now.
No, it doesn't mean that he's doing it now. No.
Or if that's what the movie he would do, probably because.
Oh, I don't think it would be because that got such a negative reaction online that I think the people at Warner Brothers would be like, JJ, you can't do that. Like, Don't do it.
Let's address the Jonah Hill thing. I'm actually pretty happy that he's not part of the Batman franchise because I was against him asking for way more money than Batman, and I'm like, well, he's not even the main villain, so what?
Also, Jonah's not in it now.
That's what I just said.
All right. Because I didn't know that. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like I'm happy he's not there.
Why
so what about you, Chris? I'll go to Phil. Phil, what do you think?
No, I was going to ask, why did he feel that he needed to be treated a bit more than anybody else?
I don't know, but here's the thing, and I know he's been in nice big movies like Wolf of Wall Street and all that. That's nice, but there are 5 Batman villains.
Well, in this
one movie.
Yeah.
He's not the main villain. He's like
he probably assumed he was going to be.
He's the little corner guy that probably will appear a little bit, but he's not the main villain. So he knew he wasn't because he read the script. So why would he think that he also wanted his name above Robert Pattinson. Like, despite the money, he wanted his name in the thing above everybody else.
Oh.
Which I'm going to tell you right now, I knew right off the bat that because they just signed Robert Pattinson, they don't want to piss off Robert Pattinson because they remember, going through that shit with Michael Keaton where Jack Nicholson got more. So, like, that you're creating tension in the that was not going to work. And I'm glad that he supposedly dropped out, which I don't believe that. I think they're like, no. You know what I'm saying? Because the way Warner Brothers is lately, they didn't even want to fully fund the Joker movie, that they went in half with somebody that now they got to split the profits of Joker. So, I mean, Chris, are you happy that Jonah Hill is out, or you never really – I mean, what do you think of that whole Jonah Hill?
I'm going to be quite honest with you. I have no interest in this Batman movie.
Really?
I don't like the cast. I didn't like Ben Affleck as Batman, and everybody's like, well, give it a chance. I gave it a chance, and he sucked. He was a terrible Batman.
Right.
So I don't think listen, Robert Pattinson is a great actor. I'm sure that he can probably do this role. He's not who I want to see as Batman.
Right.
I'm willing to give him a chance, but then they're like, there's 5 Batman villains in this movie. I'm like, well, I don't care because
and Catwoman, I don't even know if she's counted as a villain because
apparently they are. They're saying that
she's counted as a villain.
Apparently, yeah. So from what I heard,
and Zoe Kravitz, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Zoe
so
Kravitz.
which that's not a bad casting. I actually like that one. But,
okay.
What I've heard is that they're going with like Catwoman, the Penguin, Riddler, Poison Ivy, and one other person.
Oh.
Yeah, no Joker. I know that.
I thought it's Mad Hatter.
Yeah, Mad Hatter. Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. I'm pretty sure that was the other one. Apparently, Jonah Hill was auditioning to be the Penguin.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
Which, to counter something you said before, he may actually be the main villain of the movie.
What, the Penguin?
Yes.
I thought the Riddler was the main villain of the movie.
As far as I don't think they've said it, but I've heard rumors that it was going to be set in all.
We don't know who the main villain is, but okay.
Who knows? I just don't like. I hear all of this, and I'm like, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like the beginning of Spider-Man 3.
And the rehash of Batman Returns.
They would just throw it.
So and again, I'm like, is this connected to the DCEU? Is this going to be one of their other dark films that they're?
This is not going to be in the DCEU. This is a different universe.
Oh, they never confirmed that though.
Well, they didn't confirm. I thought they did.
No.
So they're trying to say this is Ben Affleck's Batman?
No, that's the thing. We don't know. Like there's people are saying that it's the younger version of Ben Affleck, like Matthew just said. There's people saying that it's not in the universe. There's people saying it's a completely separate universe. There's people saying that it's connected to this, that, and the other thing. And again, nobody's saying, no, this is what it is. So they haven't set the story straight. So until I see more and until they actually tell us what we're looking at here, I have no interest in this because I'm not even convinced that this is still going to happen because I could see them stepping in on this so much that Matt Reeves goes, I'm done.
Really? You think he would be out?
Yes.
Now, would he be out because the Russos says they want to do a Batman movie?
No. It has nothing to do with the Russos. I think that if because this is Batman, Okay, and Batman, we know, gets the priority treatment for all of their characters.
Yes, because it made the most money.
And right, yeah, exactly. Because Nolan's trilogy made that much, and Batman there's no argument. He is the most popular superhero in the modern day.
Right now, yeah.
Right now.
Of DC characters.
I would actually go even further than that.
No, it's already been established. The one that made the most money was Spider-Man. When you put Batman and Superman combined, Spider-Man makes the most money. They said that on the.
Okay, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about popularity.
Okay, popularity.
Okay. But so the fact that they're now making a movie after people did not respond very well to the most recent Batman, even though it wasn't a Batman film.
Right.
So the most recent portrayal was so inconsistent that people were not happy.
Right.
You know that Warner Brothers is going to be like at the door every time they're doing something with Batman. So if Matt Reeves wants to do something really creative and they're like,
no,
we don't know about that, then it's going to be a problem.
Yes.
So in other words, this may not even be filmed.
No, I'm not saying it's not going to be filmed. With their track record of directors leaving, I'm not convinced that anybody's going to stay, and that includes Matt Reeves.
Right.
I think he'll do first half and then he's out. Like they'll do the filming for a bit and then they'll have all these problems.
Well, they don't want to have a disaster like that, because when they have somebody half-assed do something and then the rest, we get a Justice League. So I don't think they would even do that anymore. Matt
Reeves is capable enough to do this movie, and I would say that I'm about 90% sure that he's going to do it and he's going to finish it. But there's that 10% of me that's like, well,
I want to ask you this. What the hell is the status of the DCEU? Because we're hearing rumblings that Wonder Woman sequel is not a sequel.
Right.
And it may be like that Wonder Woman in another universe.
Well,
which is very confusing, by the way.
It is. Apparently, Joker just beat Justice League at the box office.
Right.
Yay!
Which
I'm going to see that Monday on our anniversary. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to see.
That's good for the audience because Joker was really good, and now I guess they know what they have to do.
Right.
It's not good for the DCEU, seeing that their next movie is fucking Birds of Prey.
Right.
Which is about Black Mask's dick pics, apparently.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You can kind of see the differentiation.
Well, I thought they changed that, though.
Well, they may have, but they haven't.
They had to. I thought that was a reshoot, that they don't want the whole movie to be about.
I hope so.
Black masks.
I mean, I don't really care. I'm not going to see that anyway. So
we don't want to see Ewan's McGregor, right? So, like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, put the lightsaber away. But yeah. So from what I've heard, they're apparently going to run 2 different tracks of DC films. They're going to have the DCEU, which is going to continue from where it is.
Right.
And then they're going to have these like Black Label movies, with the first one being Joker and then going from there.
Yeah, Black Label, right. Which is a nice thing because that's what happened in the Black Label comic. We got to see Bruce's Wayne in the Batcave, but
great.
Yeah, right.
That's great.
That made everybody flip out, right? We need to see that. The artist actually drew that, and it was like, wow. All right, so this is a children's comic, by the way. Okay, so another universe. So Aquaman 2 obviously is in the DCEU. Wonder Woman, can't call it 2, but it should be 2. We have no idea what that is. The Flash is in limbo somewhere. That's gonna happen eventually, I guess.
With the Green Lantern.
Well, we don't even know when. Like, that's confirmed now. Green Lantern.
They keep saying they're gonna do one.
I mean, I haven't heard green light on that one yet, but and then there's the horror movie.
The Trench.
That just doesn't make any effing sense.
What do you mean? That made no sense.
Like, why are we gonna have a horror movie about Aquaman's fish? Like,
No, really, that's what it's about.
yeah. Aquaman's fish bites. It's scary. Don't go in that crack, because if you go in there, you might lose your Ewan McGregor. So, like, what?
Are you sure this isn't a B movie like the Banana Splits one?
No, in the DCE universe, they're concerned with Black Mask's dick pics and Aquaman's fish. No, I'm not lying. The whole Birds of Prey is about Black Man's
I heard about that.
dick pics gets put into a diamond and gets stolen, and he doesn't want anybody to see his Ewan McGregor's. So the whole movie is him trying to get his pictures back of his thing.
Yeah. You don't want to see
done by a woman.
You don't want to see Ewan McGregor's haggis on the big screen, right?
You want to see his Obi-Wan. No, just like,
speak for yourself. I'm
right.
intrigued,
Listen. So besides that, Aquaman's fish is a horror movie.
Right.
And I'm waiting to see if we get a movie about Crypto the dog, which might be a family movie. I don't know.
We're also supposed to be getting a Zatanna film, a Blue Beetle film.
Is this
M2?
So they're still throwing shit to the wall and seeing what sticks?
Well, they just haven't said yay or nay on if these things are actually happening. So right now,
well, I mean, they did say yay to Shazam 2.
Right. Yeah.
And Black Adam.
It's a movie that I'm concerned with.
They said yes to that too so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. The Rock actually said that Black Adam is filming in like January or something.
Yes, I saw that this evening. He's confirmed for the filming.
Yeah.
Now, what else did we have from the? Oh yes, I heard that, and we've talked about this before, that James Gunn, if Suicide Squad, whatever you call it, James Gunn Suicide Squad, if that does phenomenal, he's going to be given another movie.
Yes.
Like 99%. And names were tossed around like maybe Batgirl or whatever. We do know that if he gets Guardians of the Galaxy 3 out and it's a hit, Marvel's giving him another movie as well, we heard. So, what do you think that movie would be, Chris? Would it be Batgirl or would it be like? Because I'm supposedly he's going to get another movie as a thank you. What would he want to do? Would he want to do Superman?
No.
He wouldn't want to do Superman?
I don't think they would have him do it.
He'd want something on the law of like Guardian. He'd want to do like a big superhero film again for the next one.
Green Lantern?
I think they might give him Green Lantern Corps.
James Gunn's Green Lantern?
Green Lantern Corps, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh.
He could take you from the mess of poor Ryan Reynolds where he left off.
So he would get that, you would think. I thought he would get back.
I think that they would give him Green Lantern Corps because he's already done a quote-unquote two space opera films.
Gotcha.
And then if he did a successful DC film, then they'd be like, okay, here's Green Lantern Corps.
Because I heard that he's going to do... I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just read this evening that James Gunn is filming both Guardians 3 and this at the same time.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Oh, really?
No,
really?
No, that's a lie, totally. 100% a lie. He said flat out in his own tweets and everything, he's finishing Suicide Squad first. And when that's done completely, then he's going to be starting work on Guardians 3.
Oh, that's good, because that just popped up. I was just like,
that's a lie.
No,
that's complete fabrication lie. Yeah, no, 100% already confirmed. We already talked about this last time.
That's good. It's bad to clear that up.
Yeah. I heard that he's going to do, the surprise is that he's going to do a Guardians of the Galaxy in the 31st century like it originally started in the comics. With a whole new... The original Guardians of the Galaxy, technically from the comic books, would be made by him after this one, which, that's going to show the whole different timeline of that, but we'll see.
Is that the one with Yondu and all them lot?
Well, originally it was Yondu in the comics, but they made Yondu be in this time period. So, yeah. Unless that's a grandson or something or whatever. Yeah. Charlie 27, Vance Astro, Starhawk. Bless you. Talon. There's a whole bunch. Yeah. So.
It just seems like we've got content
What?
now.
You're muffled. What?
It seems like we've got so much content coming out. But what do you think about?
You muffled again.
Oh, hold on. Is that better? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. What I was saying is, what do you think of like all this stuff going on with the DCU? Because that Stargirl thing from the DC Universe app is allegedly moving to CW.
Well, I mean, the DCU is different from the CW. Obviously, that's the TV stuff.
But yeah, but Stargirl was greenlighted by that first. Now it's being told CW is picking it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I think they're gonna wait because we heard that Batwoman ratings are in the toilet. And
yes, they definitely are.
Even though they announced this stuff, which was probably months ago, that they're just announcing it now, we do know that ratings do affect the plans, and they figured Batwoman and then the Canaries, and that so far there was two things. Those Canaries were supposed to happen after Batwoman. I don't know if that's 100% now because again, right now we don't know what's happening with Batwoman. They're saying it's in the toilet, so that's going to affect whatever series get greenlit. And I think that the Canaries are already greenlit, but that may be stopped as well. Because, again, if they're afraid it's going to do well, they're going to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we know the rating's going to be there for Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning for the Crisis thing. But will Batwoman ratings be there by the time Crisis happens? I don't know either.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see because she's leading the Crisis because she's part one.
Well, I mean, but still, she's not, like, they want her to take over as, like, the Arrow successor, but that's not really working out.
No.
I mean, it's still going to be the Arrowverse, but she's not going to be the main. Obviously, the Flash would be the main thing. And then Supergirl.
Because aren't they supposed to be doing the Arrow lot set in the future for the spin-off?
I mean, again, that's not definite either. I mean, they talked about it, but we don't know. That's, Again, everything, they're looking at the ratings very carefully, and I think that they're afraid now that they're seeing this Batwoman stuff. So.
Yeah.
And we don't know if Batwoman is going to get another season because, again, it's not delivering at the moment.
Because unfortunately, as we've talked about before, the head of CW said, "Oh, don't worry, we've got a couple of seasons planned." But that was
but that doesn't. But they said like Ghostbusters, the sequel to Ghostbusters 2016, was going to happen, and that didn't happen. So, like Sony, so like that doesn't mean anything because if the ratings tank, they're chucking all ideas out the window. So they don't want to lose money at the end of the day, and that's it's nice, but they could always change their mind.
If Batwoman gets renewed for Series 2, I'd be very surprised at this point.
Well, again, they're waiting. I mean, they're hoping that the Crisis ratings boost Batwoman, so they don't have to worry about it. But we'll see. Because then it's going to be they have to also look at Batwoman as if, well, the ratings are in a toilet, Crisis is through the roof, but when Crisis is over, it's going to go back to the toilet again, possibly. So. I mean, would it only need to have a crossover to keep it alive or not? So that's the thing. It might have just worked as a mini-series, not as a main full-on series. So, because it did work for Elseworlds. So, again, we'll see. All right, we're running out of time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye for now.